Well, Grand Rising, everybody. Grand Rising, guys. It's me, Fitness and Evolution. Hey, guys. Grand and beautiful rising. I want to touch briefly on some signs that your significant other, whether it be male or female, is really not into you or really doesn't take you serious. These are some signs that you guys can pay attention to, because a lot of people tend to ignore them. And the signs and red flags are always there. Like, you guys, that instinct is always there. It's always there. So we really need to stop ignoring that. Being in these relationships that's really not going anywhere, or being in these relationships that's one-sided, is such a waste of time. And what happens is you end up really, really disliking that person in the end once you all do have a breakup and don't get back together and things like that. There are signs and flags and all of those things to pay attention to and take heed, because they're telling you exactly how your relationship is going to be. If you guys are in a relationship with someone and it's just like always one-sided, always saying what they're going to do, always procrastinating, when you have a discussion on certain things that you don't like several times, it's like you got to keep going over it, like you're talking to a child that was just born and you're trying to teach them the laws of your house. You got to keep reminding and reminding and reminding. It's so many things to pay attention to know if that person takes you serious or not, because a lot of people will waste your time and energy and effort and all of those things. And you guys know, when people do that to you, it does make you so upset. You get so upset. I know I do. I don't like for my time to be wasted on anything. So here are some of the things that you guys can pay attention to when it comes to preventing these things from happening to you. Hopefully, guys, before I get too far in the video, please make sure you thumbs up, subscribe, like, and hit the bell so you'll get all the notifications when I upload a new video. So please hit the bell. Thank you, guys, and subscribe. Here are some things you guys can really pay attention to, because a lot of people don't pay attention to them. So if you're in a relationship with someone, first things first, though, I was getting ready to say that. In the beginning of your relationship, here's what you do. You sit down or you discuss certain things that you want in your relationship, certain things that you want to do, and certain things that you want to achieve in your life. You have these discussions. You have these discussions amongst each other. You share yours, and he or she shares theirs, right? And, these are things that's normally long term, as far as if you guys know or are intending on having a long relationship, possibly turning into marriage or commitment or moving in with one another or whatever. There's things that needs to be discussed, and we should always be putting down our expectations, what we like and dislike. If you are in a relationship with someone and you have been in a relationship with someone for a very long time, and you always have to remind them of basically everything that you like, they're not paying attention to you. They're not paying attention to you. Basically, you guys are just keeping each other company. For example, if you say, I like to spend quality time with my man or my woman, right? And you tell them, this is quality time to me. No TV, no interruptions, no telephones, this and that, clean environment, organized environment, just really, really connecting, getting to know each other. And they say, yeah, I understand, I agree, yeah, I can do that. And, they may do it for a little bit. And what I mean by a little bit is maybe a month. And then after that, they get right back comfortable. If they get right back comfortable and revert to the exact thing that you say you don't like or do not want to do, they're not taking you into consideration. They're really not paying attention to you. They are really getting out of it what they can get out of it at the moment. Because you should never, ever have to continue to remind somebody of what you consider intimacy, you know. Especially nowadays, intimacy is so very rare. You know, the time that we get to spend with our loved ones is so very rare. And so when you do have time to spend with that loved one, you want it to be quality time, great quality time, right? So if you come home from a hard day's work, or you had a hard week's work and it's the weekend, and you decide to spend time with your loved one, and that person reverts right back to what you told them or explained to them in the beginning and several other times, that, you know, I can't stand the television being on when we're trying to be intimate. You know, I like the setting to be clean and, you know, just quaint. So what people don't realize is, couples, people, period, don't realize is your environment plays a major role in your intimacy level, your comfortability level. You know, it sets the mood. It helps sets the mood. It really helps sets the mood. I mean, that's so very important. And if that's always going downhill, like what you said before does not matter, that person is only trying to get what they can get out of it, and they're not thinking about making you comfortable or making it special. I should say making it special. They're not interested in showing you that, okay, you are worth this time. We barely get this time. It's a rare thing, so I'm going to make it special. If a person, male or female, does this and they keep doing this, it's time to move on, because they don't care. They don't care. They're set in their ways and they're selfish. Another sign that this person is really not into you, and I really put this on the males a lot, okay, because I am a firm believer that the males are the protectors of the house. They are the ones that should have the most concern, especially over safety, right? A male, to me, should always want to make sure that their woman, wife, girl, whoever is safe, feels safe. So if you're out and about, and basically if both of you guys are working outside of the home, so you're spending all of your day outside the home, and that person does not check up on you. It's like, say you work a 9 to 5er. So you're on the road, maybe 8:30 going into work, I don't know, and you're at work all day, doesn't check up on you. You drive home, it's now maybe 5:30, 6 p.m., don't check up on you. 9 o'clock rolls around, doesn't check up on you. And this is where I put the man, especially. Women should do this too, but especially the man. I do not care. If he doesn't check up on you, make sure you're okay, any of those things. Now, if you stay together, that may be a little bit different, right? But still, he should still be checking up on you. Like, if you haven't made it home and you guys live together and you get off at 5 and it's like 7, 8, 8:30, and you're not home, and he still hasn't called or texted you to make sure you're okay, you know, make sure you're safe, he don't care about you. You know, whatever he's doing is more important. You're not on his mind. You're not on his mind. And like I said, women should do this as well, but especially the man, because there's so many bad things that's happening to queens nowadays. We all know that. Well, it's always been happening, but to me, that should be an automatic nature for a man. Automatic nature. Now, if you don't live together and you went 2-3 days and he ain't called you, he ain't texted you, he ain't made sure any of that, he really not thinking about you. As a matter of fact, he might be keeping other folks company or communicating with other folks. I'm gonna just say that. That is a flag that it's time to move on, and that's not the one for you, because he's not even concerned about your safety. He's not concerned about that. Another sign is when The person that you're with never plans anything. You're always doing the planning. You're always making the occasion special. You're always paying for trips. Hopefully, as women, though, I'm going to say it, and I know I'll probably get bashed by a lot of men. So be it. Because these are my feelings. This is how I feel. A woman should not be paying for vacations and trips. That's the man's job. The man should be doing that. Now, if it's something special and she just want to do it, then okay. But if it comes to every time that you are having fun or vacationing or, just having a good time, just celebrating anything, and you're the one doing that, and the man is never taking his time out to do it. If it's date night and you are always the one planning a date night, that just does not work. Things should not be so lopsided in that way, The man is the king of the castle. Of course, we are the queens, but it's certain things that there are certain signs that people are really not into you, and they are very, very selfish, and you have to pay attention to these things. Another sign that you guys really need to pay attention to is male or female, doesn't matter. When you need help, I don't care what type of help it is. When you need assistance with something, let's just use money, for example. If you need money and this is your loved one, right? This is your loved one, and not just some, random. This is your loved one, someone that you have, made a relationship with over time. And you go to ask them or tell them, I need some money. If they have to quiz you and drill you and ask you what for and why and all of this, and go talk about some, well, didn't you just get paid? And they have it, right? I can understand if they didn't have it. You pretty much would know that, though, if you were in a relationship with them. But if they started quizzing you on what you need it for and all of those things, oh my gosh, it's like, what? Okay, and what do you need it for? And if they ask you when I'm gonna get it back, oh my God. And they got it because they are always spending money on something or someone, or for some occasion they're always spending some type of money. And you go to ask them, I need some money, and they straight drill you, like, for what? Why? Didn't you just get paid? And all of that. That person don't care about you. No, that person does not have your best interest at hand, because this one is especially when you are in an established relationship. It should never be that way. It should never be that way, ever. Maybe it's something that you want to do as a surprise. Maybe you just want to have a quick getaway. Maybe you just want to go and get a few items from the store, and they want to know, well, what items you need to get. That right there, that's a no-no, unless you just into that type of relationship. And if you are, okay, then more power to you. More power to you. Here's another sign that the person that you're with is really not into you or looking out for your best interest. I know y'all like, this girl is crazy. Here's another sign that they are really not into you. If you're not living with them and you go over their home to keep them company, and it's junky, it's just nasty, nothing's organized. They didn't even take the time out to get the stuff together, but they want you to be up over there, and they want you to be in the loving and giving, giving mood. How you gonna do that? How that's gonna happen? And how does that work? I don't know if y'all like this, but I am definitely like this. If the environment is dirty and nasty and got smells and it's junk and stuff over the place. It's not organized. There's no like, okay, the mood and all of that, you know. I can't fully, I don't know about y'all, but I can't fully open up and give you all that I have to give, and I have a lot to give. But if the environment and the person is not how it's supposed to be, or they are not how I need them to be, I'll pass. I'll pass. It's really just a waste of time. Here's another sign. Y'all probably about to crack up on this one. That the person is really not into you when everything is all about them. During sex, intimacy, the only thing that they can think about, I'm sorry, is their their gratification. If every time or most of the time you guys are intimate with each other and they get theirs and you don't get yours, and this is majority of the time, and then he or she don't try to do anything else to make sure you are fulfilled and you are satisfied, no. Now I do understand that, you know, sometimes it's just that good, and so it's like a quick withdrawal. But on the other hand, on the other end of that, I get that. There are so many different other things that you can do to make sure that your significant other is satisfied as well, you know. That's why I'm always saying foreplay plays a major role. You can pretty much tell if somebody is like really into you by how they foreplay with you. Again, how the mood is set, how the environment is looking, if they're taking the time to make sure that you are relaxed and feeling all romantic and stuff like that. Woo! Ain't nothing like a man, I'm telling y'all, ain't nothing like a man that sets the freaking mood. I mean, you go in there, it's clean sheets, the candles lit, it's smelling good, the lights is down low, or maybe you got a colored light on, and the mood is set, and he got some food or got cooking for you. And when it comes down to the intimacy, he taking his time with you. I'm telling y'all, y'all know it. Ain't nothing like that. He taking his time with you. He making sure that he is satisfying you, especially if he know that he's one that, you know, can't come back or is a quick withdrawal. I know this might be a little bit blunt. He will understand that, okay, so I need to make sure that my baby is getting something out of this too. So he makes sure that all of that is taken care of, so she will feel like she's been fulfilled too, instead of laying there after looking like, is that it? You know, foreplay is so very important, y'all. It's nothing like good foreplay, I'm telling you. And with the mood and the environment being set, yes, gets me every time. But if it's and I do understand every time can be like that, but you know, when it's time that there was time to be like that, or have the setup and have the everything right, y'all know that it's a lot of times that you do have time to make sure that the setting is right. Y'all know. But some people, they get so comfortable again with giving you whatever, treating you however, and then they think that you're supposed to be satisfied and stay. Why do they think that way? No. Everybody deserves to be satisfied, I'm telling you. And it should never be one-sided. Never be one-sided. Another thing or a sign that you can look at is a person's not really into you, or you are number one in their life besides themselves, is when it comes to doing for you, you're always last. You're always last on the list. Everybody else, everybody that person know, everybody that person talked to, they are put before you. You know, you are put on the back burner. You feeling like you're on the back burner. Ooh. These roads are bad now since it's cold. You are on the back burner of everybody, you know. So by the time the person gets to you, they all tired, angry, got an attitude, and the people that they're putting before you don't even do nothing for them. But in some form or fashion, in that person's head, they think they're doing the right thing and their relationship is intact. Nope. You should never feel like you are the one that's last and put on the back burner. You should never feel like you're getting the what we call the leftovers. What's left of me when I'm done with doing all this for everybody else. Where they do that at? Where do they do that at? This is going to be a continuing video as well, guys. But these are some of the things that you can pay attention to, that this person, your significant other, is really just not into you like you think they are. And they're using you, or you're just something to do to pass the time. And if you do, if a lot of these resonated with you, you need to get out that relationship right now, because it ain't going to get no better. I'm just saying. Ooh, my legs, y'all. It was leg day. Woo! My legs is on fire. Get out of that relationship right now, because especially when they keep repeating, and you've talked about it, discussed it with them. You told them how it made you feel. Like when they tell you about something that makes them feel a certain way, and you are the type to nip it in the bud, and they never have to worry about it no more. Or, so you taking their feelings and everything into consideration, but they can't take yours into consideration. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Move on before more years has gone by and you stuck with somebody that really don't give a care about you. They think they do because they can say it. Don't do that to yourselves. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. So again, guys, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and like this video. And until next time, guys, have a wonderful, great, beautiful day. Grand Rising, my kings and queens.